mics.
Mike, so I can turn mine back on now.
Every man has two lives, and the second starts when he realizes he has just one. A ship is safe in harbor, but that's not what ships are for. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Every man has two lives, and the second starts when he realizes he has just one. A ship is safe in harbor, but that's not what ships are for. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. The future depends on what we do in the present. A goal properly set is halfway reached. Fear doesn't exist anywhere except in the mind. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. If you are going through hell, keep going. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. Be gentle to all and stern with yourself. Don't say, if I could, I would. Say, if I can, I will. No amount of guilt can change the past, and no amount of worrying can change the future. A goal is a dream with a deadline. Accept the challenges so you can feel the exhilaration of victory. Always do your best. What you plant now, you will harvest later. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Arriving at one goal is the starting point to another. Become a person who would attract the results you seek. If you want more luck, take more chances. Don't raise your voice. Improve your argument. Aim for the moon. If you miss, you may hit a star. All great thinkers are initially ridiculed and eventually revered.
Don't ask for a lighter load. Ask for a stronger back. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. The definition of hell is, your last day on earth, the person you became meets the person you could have become. When one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often, we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one that has been opened for us. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeeded. Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Let the improvement of yourself keep you so busy that you have no time to criticize others. If the people in your circle aren't contributing to your growth, then you're not in a circle. You're in a cage. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. The fears are paper tigers. You can do anything you decide to do. You can act to change and control your life. The procedure, the process, is its own reward. When writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Pain is temporary. The pain you feel today is only to get strength to face tomorrow. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Where there is hope, there is life. It fills us with fresh courage and makes us strong again. A master has failed more times than a beginner has even tried. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is a quiet voice at the end of the day saying, "I will try again tomorrow." Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Don't worry about finding the right person. Focus on becoming the right person. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. When life knocks you down, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Ever tried? Ever failed? No matter. Try again, fail better. Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Fall down 7 times, stand up 8. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Be the change you wish to see in the world. If you set your goals ridiculously high and it's a failure, you will fail above everyone else's success. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. One day, your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Don't waste your time looking back. You're not going that way. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Nothing is worthwhile until you take risks. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. If you always put limit on everything you do, physical or anything else, it will spread into your work and into your life. There are no limits. There are only plateaus, and you must not stay there. You must go beyond them. Don't quit. Nothing lasts forever, not even pain. You only fail when you stop trying. The danger of an adventure is worth 1,000 days of ease and comfort. To be the best, you must be able to handle the worst. The best view comes after the hardest climb. If my mind can conceive it, if my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it. Champions keep playing until they get it right. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. Whatever fear I have inside me, my desire to win is always stronger. It is never too late to be what you might have been. Fatigue, discomfort, discouragement are merely symptoms of effort. The magic you are looking for is in the work you're avoiding. In the end, it's not the years of your life that count. It's the life in your years. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You've got to kick at the darkness till it bleeds daylight. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. One day or day one, you decide.
That's so much fun when that happens. Look at my fireworks. Oh, I got to do it this way. Look at that. Hi, so nice to see all of you, our cast of characters out there in the real world. We're coming to you live from our Go Best offices here in beautiful Las Vegas. So glad everybody could join us today to be a part of our all cast meeting. We have a very exciting cast meeting today. We're going to cover company culture as a whole. Our friend Wolf has come in from St. Louis to be our host for the cast meeting today. So before we get to that excitement, we have a few other things I'd like to cover ahead of time. Most of all, I think that all of you are doing a great job up there, and I really want you to keep up the good work, keep things moving forward, keep trying to come up with new innovative ways to make money, to keep the guests coming to our businesses, because without the guests, none of us have a business. And if there is no business, none of us have jobs, and then we don't get to be ourselves and enjoy this beautiful industry we're all a part of. And in order to do that, some things you've got to do is keep on top of your promotions, your event schedules, and other exciting things that are happening inside your businesses. Like next month, as you see my pink tie, is breast cancer awareness. So you should have all kinds of fun things going on with breast cancer awareness. Why? Because most of our businesses that we represent have something to do with breasts and some point in the business. In the boutiques, we had a lot of fun with our friends down there in Shreveport again. They had an awesome cast of characters down there we got to play with. Emily and Bree, thank you for all of the great information you gave us. And we came up with some great ideas of things that you could utilize in a boutique to decorate the boutique to make it more fun. Setting up fish aquariums with the toys that are waterproof inside of them vibrating, grabbing a couple of toys and making a Halloween massacre out of them. You could have a couple of toys doing something that looks like, I don't know what you want to call it, a nice G right away, breast sex. And that could your breast awareness. And this way people can see how toys are used, how you can play with the toys, other fun things that you can do with toys. Maybe there's toys they haven't thought of playing with yet that they should be playing with that would make it even more exciting in their household. So include utilizing the products that we sell in all of your concepts, all of your decorations, all of your events. Because if you're not selling it, we're not making any money. So Halloween decorations should be going up right now, at least at the minimum by October 1st. Breast cancer awareness, you should start to see pink around the clubs, coming up with some ideas for what you're going to do or implementing the ideas that you already came up with for Halloween and breast cancer awareness. Upcoming events you should be planning: Thanksgiving. Again, I was in Shreveport. They're working on their Thanksgiving Day mashed potato wrestling. And not only did they do that, the team down there got a giant belt. So now they have a big pink belt that is going to be for the mashed potato wrestling champion. It's going to be an annual event. So every year they're hoping to get a new champion. This brings the old champion back in to defend their belt. If the old champion's not there, well, then they forfeit the belt. So great fun things for annual events to keep people coming back every Thanksgiving because they want to see this crazy mashed potato wrestling. Christmas is coming up, working on Christmas parties, Christmas gifts, Christmas ideas, getting involved with your community to do some sort of charitable fundraisers for Christmas. These are all the things you should be already planning for Christmas. And then, of course, New Year's Eve is right around the corner. It's going to be explosive this year. It's a huge 2006. Everybody's excited about it. Get your cast excited about it. Get your businesses excited about it. How are you going to decorate it? What are you going to do different? How are you going to be more exciting to your overall clientele? How are you going to be the New Year's Eve hotspot? And the biggest announcement of the day before we lead into Wolf is Showgirl of the Year 2026. Yes, we have decided to do Showgirl of the Year this year. The goal is to do one every other year. So on all even years, we'll have a Showgirl of the Year competition. This is so all the clubs have a chance to set up for it. All the businesses have a chance to get involved, and the champion gets a chance to do a full tour of all of our businesses and be a part of the overall Showgirl of the Year title. So every other year, there'll be Showgirl of the Year. 2026 is the next one. The champion does not get to defend her title, but she will be there to give away her title. So thank you so much for all of your effort in this last couple of years, Ginger. You've been an awesome Showgirl of the Year champion, and we look forward to crowning a new Showgirl of the Year champion in 2026. So start thinking about what the themes are going to be, how you can help, how you can get involved. Where are we going to have the contest? Anybody know? Oh, I think they decided St. Louis. Yeah, we're going down to Washington Park. Everything goes. It's going to be a wild show. So we got fire shows, dildo show, butt plug shows. We can do anything we want. That's why we're going to St. Louis to have Showgirl of the Year. It's going to be amazing. It's so amazing. The guy that's going to host the event has come all the way to Vegas to do, yes, that's right, company culture. So without further ado, I bring the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Wolf Abrams. Come on to the center stage for all of our lovely cast members out there.
This is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. Buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. You're for a dream, can't you see you getting closer to surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flying open. It's a picture in the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking in the break of every wall that's holding on to you. So tell me, do you want to go?
Hi, welcome. Like Jason said, I'm Wolf Abrams. I know a lot of you out there, but in case I haven't had the chance to meet you personally yet, I am Wolf Abrams, and I'm here to present culture because this is something near and dear to my heart. It's everything. It's everything we do. It's the foundation, the battery, the inspiration from start to finish. Culture is everything, and I'm really passionate about it. I get really excited about it, and hopefully, after seeing that clip to The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman, you get excited about it. If you've never seen the movie, it really is a great movie. But the whole point, you know, that clip, that beginning, that intro, when I think about our culture, that is what I think about. Is that what our clubs look like? Is that what the boutique feels like? Is that what the karaoke bars, is that the experience? I mean, everything from one end of the spectrum to the other. This is how our businesses should feel. This is how our businesses should look. This is how the businesses should interact. So let's go ahead and move on and talk about culture. You can reverse me if you need to. So speaking culture, it's in everything that we do. And this is, it starts with the venue management, leadership. From the very beginning, from that first handshake. So for all of you cast out there, I'm hoping that when you first came to your venue and you shook the hand of the leadership at that venue, they immediately started speaking culture, the words, the verbiage, our vernacular, everything has a purpose, as it says right there, right? Speaking culture, it's referring to our concepts, our overall vision, philosophy, and we have to speak culture in everything we do, from that very first handshake with the cast, with an entertainer, with a vendor, with our guest. Everything we do from that point on should be built on culture. Go ahead. So our mission statement, can we blow this up? So everyone knows the mission statement, right? We deliver an adventure, and we use showmanship and customer service and experience. Isn't that exciting? No, not exciting at all. That's why the picture looks the way it does. Everyone looks bored to tears. Our mission statement, we picked out painstakingly every single word. Words matter. Words have power. Language is everything. And so when you hear the mission statement, and I know typically in our meetings, this is how our meetings start. This monthly, bi-monthly all cast meeting and all managers meetings, we always start with Jason or Adia getting everyone to recite the mission statement together. And what I never want, in my heart, and deepest in my heart, what I hope never happens, is that people just memorize the mission statement, regurgitate it, and walk away from it. And what I like to teach the cast that I work with all over the country is, yes, it is important that you know the mission statement word for word, because we painstakingly came up with every single one of those words because we wanted them to mean something. But if you can't remember every single word, at least remember the feeling, at least remember what it looks like, internalize it, and provide that for the guests coming into our club. And if you can do that, you win. So let's actually look at the mission statement we created. Dramatic pause. We deliver an immersive adventure, masterful showmanship, harnessing masterful showmanship, service, outrageous service, leading to an over-the-top experience, right? That's what our actual mission statement is. Go ahead. This is what the mission statement is. So if this is not what you think about when you think about the mission statement, retract. This is what it should be. This is what we do. So let's break it down a little bit more. Remember that culture, it's not what we do, but how we do it. Oh, we got to skip that extra slide in there. All right, so we deliver an immersive adventure. Now, when you think immersive, what do you think? You know, I do cast meetings all over. I just did a couple in OKC, and I got some really good feedback. Someone said, you know, when I think immersive, I think about like a swimming pool, being surrounded by water. And then someone else said, you know, well, immersive, like a ball pit. I was like, oh, that's a great one. Yeah, absolutely. We even have a ball pit, I think, out in Kalamazoo. Someone else said, oh, you mean like a casino? Exactly, like a casino. How many locations, throughout the country have clocks on the walls? This is what time it is. Or windows. In a lot of the gentlemen's clubs, right? There's a lot of windows, right? We took a page out of the casino's playbook, right? When they come in, we do not want them thinking about anything outside of the four walls of the venue. We want to immerse them into an adventure we create. Where does that start? Where does that begin once you've gotten to the physical venue? Where do we really begin that adventure? How do we immerse them? And I say this all the time. It's one of my, again, near and dear to my heart, one of my favorite positions in any venue, and that's whoever is greeting them when they walk through the front door, whether that's your door host or your greeter, whoever that is, at whatever venue, they approach each guest with that genuine smile, that firm handshake, that welcome, right? That's when they come up and they grab their hand and gently pull them in to the adventure that we're creating for them. That's where it happens. That's where we bring them in. That's where we really get the party going, right from the front door. No matter what the venue is, it doesn't matter. It's the same philosophy, the same concept, the same fun. Bring them in and we immerse them. Lights, sound, action, roll. And that goes to our next thing, harnessing masterful showmanship. So many of our cast think, oh, well, that's an easy answer. What's the masterful showmanship? That's the entertainers. Sure, but what if it's not a gentleman's club? What if it's a boutique, karaoke bar, nightclub, sports club? I mean, what if it's something different? When we say masterful showmanship, what are we talking about? That's you all. That's the cast too. Yes, of course. Obviously, if you're thinking gentlemen's club, you're thinking, pole artists, you're thinking aerialists, you're thinking spinning poles and a lyra, right? The aerial hoop or fabric and exciting stage shows. Absolutely, that 1000% masterful showmanship. It's also the entertainment engineer, driving your train, shout outs, throwing the party, being on the floor, shaking hands, rubbing elbows. It's all of those things, but it's also the cast. You are part of masterful showmanship in all that we do. One of my favorite things to see in some locations, again, anywhere that serves drinks, are some of the trays that you can actually pick up. I'm pretty sure at, what's that place called? Bundles Advantage. You could get these cool trays that actually have like a no-slip surface, and the ring has LEDs. Now, that might seem simple, but I love that. I think that's great, especially in a dark environment, right? The nightclub feel, walking around with these cool light up LED trays and presenting your drinks in the proper way. That's masterful showmanship too. And speaking of service in that regard, that slides right into outrageous service, not not service, not customer service, not even outstanding guest service. Outrageous service. What does outrageous service look like? I asked that question and I got some great answers. One of my favorite answers was being able to interpret body language and being able to predict with a pretty good degree of certainty the guest needs before they ask. My vernacular, my words, but that was essentially one of the best answers that I got from some cast at another location. I thought that was fantastic. Absolutely. That's outrageous. Here's the thing, and it's kind of sad, but I got to share this with you because I had this conversation just last week. Outrageous service is easier now than I think it's ever been in the history of bars and nightclubs and restaurants, because the service today at most places are horrible. I don't know about you folks, but certainly as I've been out and about in my travels, service has just gone right out the window. So the bar is low for us, which means that if we're doing outrageous service, man, do we look like superstars, right? I mean, talk about above and beyond. So let's predict the needs of the guests, right? And I love these little things. So we have all kinds of tricks to help remember. You know, when you see a drink on a table and it's down to its last third, or God forbid, its last quarter, they need a refill. They need a back. You know, they got a beer, they need a shot. They need a shot, they need a beer, right? There's so many different ways that we can, you know, product pair and upsell. There's so many tricks, especially with the bar services umbrella within our venues. But outrageous service isn't just about delivering a drink or delivering food or delivering the product. It is truly beyond all of those things, because together what this creates is the over-the-top experience that sums up our mission statement. And a story that I really like to tell, and it was with a door host, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was in St. Louis. We had a door host who was doing his thing at the door, schmoozing with folks as they came up, meeting and greeting, and we had a bachelorette party. I called them woohoo girls. You know what I'm talking about out there, the woohoo girls. Woo! I mean, they're already got their, they've pre-gamed. So we get an entire party bus of bachelorette party. They come to the club. They're greeted by our door host. They're schmoozing, they're flirting. And by the time the party is ready, they've got this rapport with the door host. So the door host gets on the radio, calls for the manager on duty to please send a replacement to cover their post temporarily. We send up a replacement. The door host leads the bachelorette party from the door, through the lobby, through the club, around the stages, and leads them in a conga line to their banquette, to their bottle service table, introduces the server, and they get their party started. That's outrageous service. A conga line escort from the door to their bottle service, that's fantastic. And therein slides into the next, what I would call pillar of our culture. The mission statement, without question, right? That's our heart. Now let's look at another thing, right? Let's look at another pillar for what our culture is. And that's our next slide. The best factor, right? Everyone knows the wow factor. They've heard the wow factor. It's been an industry term now for decades. We have the best factor. And what is it? It's right there on your screen. It's the excitement a guest feels from the moment they discover our venue. And that reignites every time they remember their experience. So again, let's break that down. The excitement a guest feels from the moment they discover our venue. Where do they discover our venue? And I ask this question a lot. And you all are awesome. You get it most of the time, if not the first, the second. I get word of mouth. Good on you. That is correct. It is still, to this day, as it always has been, the #1 form of advertising, word of mouth. The difference is in our society today, and it has been for a long time, word of mouth more than not is digital, right? If you're going somewhere on business, vacation, just for travel, and you want to find some place to go, you want to know what's happening, what's hot, what's not. What do? You go on the Google, right? You're on your phone, Googling where to go. It's usually online. And that's why it's so important that we stay on top of our social media. And for the adult locations out there, I know. I get it. It is tough, tough, tough right now, keeping those pages going. Doesn't matter. We just keep trying. And for all of our other locations that we support out there, you just rock and roll your social media. But whether it's your own personal social media, the venue social media, the venue website, because there are websites, we can do whatever we want, right? We want to make sure we have updated content. Pictures are nice, videos are better. But that excitement that Go Best literally, the marketing team is doing for you, is being responsible to help you with this first part. That second part, that's 1000% on the venues, on leadership, management, the cast. Everybody in the venue is a part of the second half of the best factor. That's that door host that did the conga line. That is making sure that we are aggressively attacking. I know that sounds like a couple of negative words there, but we're going after the five senses. We want to make sure our places are clean, that they smell nice, they're comfortable. Lights, sounds, action, all of that. We want everything happening. A three-ring circus, Barnum, right? The Greatest Showman, this is what we're doing. In all that we do, from the bottom up, our foundation, to the very top that we can reach, we are providing memories. We're providing this experience. We are delivering on the best brand promise. And every time they think about it, they're walking out the door going, man, this was so much fun. Man, the food was amazing. These toys are so much fun. I can't wait to get home. Whatever it is you do, send them out the door and they can't wait to come back with friends. And then when they're sharing this, they get excited all over again. And this is something else that I always like to share when I'm talking about the best factor, and specifically talking about this part. Please remember that word of mouth is still a real thing, even outside of social media. But even in social media, we've got Yelp. People can go on Google, leave reviews on the websites and all the different venues. And I tell you, it's real easy to be brutally honest, and sometimes brutally less honest, when you're a keyboard warrior. When you don't actually have to speak to someone, you can just write whatever you want and send that in for anyone to see. And thank God for the Go Best marketing team that helps to filter out some of those disgruntled ones that come through now and again. But let's talk about word of mouth in person. And one of the things that I'll bring up from time to time as an example is, imagine you go to a movie and you're really looking forward to it. You go, it's a very nice movie theater. It's got the comfortable chairs, they fold back, the legs come up, they're heated or cooled. You get a fun popcorn bucket that's all the rage now, and it's refillable. And the movie was fantastic. Everything you thought it could be and more. Who do you tell? You tell all your friends. You tell all your friends, you got to go see this movie. I'll go with you. I'll go see it again. That's how word of mouth works. Same example, different result. You go to the movies. People are rude. They're not really interested in helping. You sit down in chairs that really should have been upgraded in 1970. You get stale popcorn, flat Coke, and you're watching the movie, and it was so bad that you're trying to determine, should you stick a fork in your eye? Or is there some way you could possibly get the last 2 hours of your life back, right? That's how bad I'm talking. Who do you tell? You tell everybody. You could be in line at the grocery store, right? In line at the grocery store, someone behind you that you don't know mentions that they're going to go see the movie. You will stop what you're doing, turn around in line, and tell that person why they shouldn't go. That is how critical it is when we're talking about our venues and we're talking about making sure we are delivering on the best brand promise. In we're fulfilling our promise in our mission statement and driving it home with the best factor. This is what we're doing. When we send them out the door, of our boutique, of our sports club, of our karaoke bar, of our adult clubs, of the liquor clubs, the juice bars. When we send them out, we have got to send them out with that first example. I'm going to tell all of my friends. And actually, if we've really taken in the mission statement and really provided that and delivered on that promise, maybe they will tell everyone. So that's the second pillar of our culture. The mission statement, the best factor. And then there's another driving pillar, okay, a third pillar that holds our culture up. And that really is sort of the backbone that guides a lot of our behaviors, that helps to reinforce the best factor and reinforce the mission statement. And we call that the reasons that guests visit our venues. And there's 6 of them. So the reasons that guests visit our venues are right here. Rejection-free zone, social interaction, live action entertainment, fantasy, to unplug and have fun. So like we've already done, let's break these down. So when I say rejection-free zone, what are we talking about? What are we talking about rejection-free zone? Well, founder for Deja Vu used to say, it's no rejection. That means that the ugliest guy could walk into any of these gentlemen's clubs, for example, and as long as they got $10 in their pocket, they could sit at the bar and have a drink with the most beautiful entertainer in the building. Well, that was a long time ago, and $10 doesn't quite go that far anymore, but the philosophy is true to this day. But with Go Best, we really wanted to take it to the next level. Not just no rejection in that perspective, but a rejection-free zone, free of judgment, free of prejudice. All kinks welcome, all fetish welcome, all, different strokes for different folks. Now, we all know that there's real world limitations to what can and cannot happen in any venue. But the goal here is we want to remove no from our vocabulary. And the best example that I can give, and I've given this again in the cast meetings around the country, is when you've got someone coming into your establishment, let's say you're a bar, 21 and up. You have a party, a bachelor party of 10 guys coming in. They want to spend money. They want to make it happen. One guy is 20. What do you do? Well, look, in truth, there are those venues around the country that could mark their hands, give them a special wristband, let them in. But most locations have a liquor license to protect, and they can't take the risk, so that guy can't come in. So what do you say? Answers that I've gotten: hey, I'm really sorry, but no. Oh gosh, I really wish I could, but I can't let you in. Hey, that's a soft no. Better than a hard no. Better than, sorry, under 21, can't come in. So I'll take the soft no over the hard no. But what if we could use creative words, right? Wolf in his words now. What if we could present it totally differently? So this is what I have done in a real life situation. Had that bachelor party of 10, one guy 20. Hey, can you let me in? I want to come with my guys. I'm only 20. So I looked at him and I said, absolutely. The day that you turn 21, bring that brand new ID in. I got you. You pay no admission. You get VIP wristband. I'm putting you in a banquette. Bottle service is on the house. And I'm going to give you the best, see what I did there? The best 21st birthday that any of your friends has ever heard or ever told. Get them excited. Here's my card. You bring that card and your ID back. I got you. Your money's no good here. We got to do what we got to do, but let's find a creative way to not say no. Make the guest force you to say no. Go out of your way to avoid it whenever possible, right? So there you go. Rejection-free zone. Social interaction, not as easy to do it here. Actually, now that I think about it, I should have passed the pictures on to Summer. She could have put it on the screen behind me. I have pictures of the COVID times back in St. Louis. Sorry to keep going back to that location, but it is my base of operations. But in St. Louis, in the state of Illinois, it's not actually in St. Louis, Washington Park, for those of you that know, the governor there, right when COVID hit, shut down bars and restaurants. So we were shut down. It took a long time for us to get back in the game. And when we got back in the game, we could only be open outdoors. So as Jason lovingly called us, Tent City, which was fine in the summertime. Once winter hit, it wasn't quite as fine. We had to get these giant tents, 350,000 BTU propane heaters. We had to, get bubbles, these giant, huge bubble tents, basically is what they were, around the 3-seat tables. Hysterical. And I have pictures and I have videos. But the pictures that I have, that I share at cast meetings around the country, are the ones with 2 feet of snow on the ground. And I'm gonna give him a shout out. Scott Dowdy, okay, who's my AGM over there, had to shovel a path from the building to the entrance to the tents so that guests could show up. Our entertainers would wear winter coats, walk to the club, to the tent where the heaters were blowing heat in the tent, filling the tent with heat, to dance on the steel poles in February in St. Louis. Man, who would show up? Everybody. This was right after COVID, right after the shutdowns. People had no interaction, no human contact. And in the middle of the winter, sitting outside in a tent, they showed up. Never underestimate the importance of social interaction. Any of you ever out there, get a slow start to your day, not have a lot of entertainers, or your folks, at the karaoke bars haven't shown up to lead the stage yet? Just not a lot of people, but a lot of cast, but you're just getting a slow start and you start to build, your cast shows up, entertainers show up, all of a sudden you're ready for the guests. You've got 20 beautiful entertainers on stage. You got somebody on stage singing on the mic. You've got all your toys spread out. The kitchen's cooking, whatever might be the situation. And a guest walks in the front door. They look around and they don't see any other guests. And I'll come back later. Well, wait a minute. But you get all of the attention. I have 20 entertainers. I've got a stage waiting for you. The kitchen's cooking just for you. If you're the only one in the restaurant, you know how fast you're going to get your food? Why would you leave? There's not other guys there. There's not other guests there. Strangers that they're not even going to talk to. They just want to be around people. Social interaction is crucial. Live action entertainment. Do I even need to? Truly. Gentlemen's clubs, karaoke bars, you really have this on lock. But I do get boutiques that say, so how do we do this? How do we do live action entertainment? And I don't know if it was Emily down in Shreveport or Lacey in St. Louis or Chris in Lansing, but I've seen some examples, and some of the things I think that are hysterical. There are usually like testers at some of the adult boutiques. And so they'll have testers and batteries, and they'll just, pop one in a vibrating toy and just set it on the counter, glass counter, zzz, bouncing on the counter, making a lot of noise, getting a lot of attention. I think that's hysterical. There's a lot of creative ways that you can provide live action entertainment. So do not fall into the trap of, well, we're not a gentleman's club, so we don't really have that here. Nay, I say, nay. You absolutely do. You just have to think outside the box and get creative. So let's move on to the next thing. Again, this is an easy peasy lemon squeezy, fantasy. And I love the cliche. I don't know where it came from, but again, I'll give another shout out. In my somewhat flawed memory, the first time I ever remember anyone saying this was Miss Dawn Beasley. She said it, and I thought, absolutely. And I've put it in every manual since then. And our good friend Demas in OKC has brought it up in every cast meeting for me. Fantasy is when we sell the sizzle, not the steak. It's a fantasy, right? So especially with adult entertainment, but whether it's adult entertainment or the fantasy of the wish, the fantasy of the guest is to be a rock star in their very own concert, well, that's where karaoke is going to shine. But it's fantasy. It's not real life. So we've really got to make sure that when we speak the words and we use our best vernacular and we've got the lights going and the music is popping and we have all of that happening, we have to remember this isn't real life. It's fantasy. And we want to engulf them in that. That's part of that immersive adventure. See how that all connects? All three pillars connect in everything. So fantasy, we sell the sizzle, not the steak. And so we want them to really indulge in that as far as we possibly can with the limitations of reality. And that slides right into the next one. They come to us to unplug. Talk about figurative and literal. This, right? This. Ugh. I mean, this controls our lives. I mean, all of us. I know it does. And whether you're in business or you're just addicted to social media, I don't know whatever walk of life our guests come from. This is the great, true ball and chain. And if I'm looking out on the floor of any venue and I see guests on their phone, I know that's the first red flag that comes up. I know we're failing. We're failing on the brand promise. They're coming here not to be on their phone, not to be texting and emailing, not to be taking notes, not to be watching TikTok or YouTube. They're here for our show. They're here for our stage. They're here for our kitchen. So let us cook. Ooh, that was kind of cool. Did you see that? I kind of faded out for a moment. So you should be cooking in your clubs, sometimes literally, mostly figuratively. Help the guest unplug, disconnect. And one of the best ways we do that, we don't bring our problems, our troubles, our negativity to the table, right? That's one of the things about stage names I always like so much. And the entertainers do not have a corner on that market. But truly, the easiest example is the entertainers. They have a stage name. So Jessica could have had a really tough day, right? She could have, tire blown out, bills are due, got into an argument with a significant other, got stuck by every red light on the way to the venue, got to the venue and is ready to just lose it. But she walks into the venue, goes to the dressing room, does her hair, does her makeup, puts on her stilettos, and Sapphire is ready to rock and roll, right? Sapphire has no problems. Jessica has a ton of them, but the entertainer does not. And our cast really really embraced that. There's a lot of our cast that have their own nicknames, and provided they're not, too provocative or offensive, or, as long as they're appropriate nicknames, then they're nicknames. A lot of us have nicknames and we've had them for a long, long time. So embrace that. But even if you're using your real name, when you show up, you have a uniform, right? No matter what uniform it is, no matter what venue you're in, you put on a costume. So steal a little sign I saw once from backstage tour at Disney. Be show ready. Be show ready. What you wear, how you look, the smile on your face, and all your problems, put them in a box. Put the box away for a minute, because when you're on, you're on. So don't bring that to the floor, to the table, to the guests. They're not here to help you with your problems. We're here to make them forget about theirs, to unplug. And lastly, have fun. It's part of my mantra for those of you that know what I know, right? Been there, if you know, you know. Have fun. How do you have fun? Be fun. Don't be boring. Be the one to make it happen. Anyone that's lucky enough to get a fun email from Jason, there's a signature line at the bottom that says, be the change you want to see in the world. Well, be the fun. Have fun. Be fun. Because if you're having a good time, if you're smiling, if you're laughing, if you're clapping for the performers on the stage, that's contagious. Positive energy is just as contagious as negative energy. The guests will buy into that. And they'll start smiling. They'll start laughing. They'll start having a good time. So you need to do all of those things. And so these really are our pillars. This is what our culture is based on. This is the how. This is the how we do it, not the what we do. Because you know what? There are a ton of businesses out there that do the what, but they don't do the how. And that's where Go Best is the best. Our mission statement, the best factor, and the reasons guests visit our venue, these are the pillars. And there's a foundation, which is a whole nother meeting, which are the core values of Go Best that support these three pillars. But if you stick around long enough, you'll get that too. So this is what we want. This is what we do. So when you're going to your place of business, when you're going to your venue, be thinking about these things, not just, okay, I've got to memorize it in case, leadership or, my manager or the owner of this business shows up and goes, what's the mission statement? Yes, it is important. It is important. You should know it. You should know it. If you work for one of these many Go Best supported venues, you should be able to recite the mission statement. You should be able to recite the best factor. You should be able to list the reasons guests visit the venue. But none of that is more important than you demonstrating it by your actions, by the words you say, by the attitude you project. Because if you can do that and you're delivering on the brand promise, on the best brand promise, using best practices, blame it on me, right? They say, oh, well, you didn't have the definition down perfect. That's okay. Wolf told me as long as I can demonstrate it perfectly on the floor, I didn't have to remember every word. Okay, but you got to do it. If it's not perfect execution, you better have every word memorized. So live it. Think about it, recite it, memorize it for sure, but internalize it and then deliver that promise to our guests. And don't forget who our guests are. Everybody that comes into the club, your fellow cast members, right? Leadership, the managers, they're guests too. These principles go beyond just, guest service in a hospitality environment. It's how people interact. It's how we should interact with one another. For our entertainers, for vendors, and yes, the single most important people that come to any of our venues, the guests. Because like Jason said, without them, none of us are doing this anymore. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for me. I really hope that you got something from it. I hope that you're just this much excited as I am, because this is what it's all about. Everything else we do comes later. This is the foundation. This is how we do all that we do. This is how we succeed. This is how you succeed. And if you need any help at all, I am available. Reach out to me, wolf@gobestbiz.com, 443-677-2504. That's my phone number. I'm happy to give it out to any of you. I'm incredibly busy. Jason wanted me to have lots of free time, and I said, no, I want to travel and help clubs. I don't want free time, so I don't have a whole lot of that anymore, but reach out to me. I'll do everything I can to get back to you as quick as I can. Anything I can do to help any of the amazing folks here at Go Best, we're all here to support you. We're all here to help you. Just remember, the mission statement, the best factor, and the reasons guests visit our club, that's our culture. And our culture is everything. And thanks so much for tuning in and listening. I'm going to kick it back over to Jason and to the one and only Adia Foster. So thanks so much, and I'll see you all in the field.
We're back. All right, so we're going to keep on talking about some stuff. There's one more exciting announcement Adia and I are going to make for everybody. We are doing the Go Best 2024 National Awards down in the great state of Louisiana in New Orleans. We are going to #1 club on Bourbon Street, we think. Yeah, we're going to come trash. Fairly legal. That's right. Get ready, Shane and team. We're coming to see you all the way down there in the dirty South to host the National Go Best Awards. We have all kinds of exciting awards. Again, they're all based on 2024. It takes us a year to put everything together. So although it is 2025, we're not completely lost in time out here in Las Vegas. We know it is 2025, but these are the 2024 awards, and it is a celebration of everybody and all of the hard work all have put in to make the businesses successful. Unfortunately, we can't give feel-good awards. We are not in first grade. So you have to actually earn these. You got to do the discipline. You got to do the work if you want to win one of the many awards. For those of you that don't know all of the awards, you can tune in live because we're going to present this thing via the World Wide Web.
Yes, in New Orleans. I'm so excited. This is our first time going on the road with the award show.
Yes.
Well, no, I guess we went to
Oh, we
Dallas.
did Dallas
Yeah, we
last
did do
year.
Dallas.
This
It's
is
our first time going live
Yes.
on the road.
So live
Challenge
from New
accepted.
Orleans, the 2024 Go Best Awards. And today we have nominees. These are things we need all of you to vote on.
Yes.
We need you to go on to the QR code or whatever wonderful thing our tech geniuses created over here to nominate, or not nominate. These are the nominees.
These are the nominations.
You need to vote for the people we're about
Yes.
to announce for these awards
Correct.
that are going to get their awards in New Orleans. So not only if you get voted, do you win this awesome award, you get to come to New
You
Orleans
get to
and
come to
hang
New
out
Orleans.
with Wolf and Summer and Adia and Karen might be there and El Tigre and
Oh,
whoever
we're
else
going
is
live.
winning an
Karen will be
award. You
there.
get to see Ann,
Yes.
Cats Meow crew. You get to see Shane. The
You
crew
get
are
to see
barely
Bourbon
legal.
Street.
You get to go to Bourbon Street. You get to eat some crawfish. This is a life experience if you get to win one of these awards that have been nominated. So without further ado, we'll turn it over to Miss Adia, and she is going to announce the awards that we're going to be voting on
Yes.
and the nominees.
Yes,
So
I am.
go
Okay.
ahead.
So I'm so excited. So yes, as Jason said, there are awards that are performance-based that have been, I forget about that dumb thing, that are performance-based that have already, you performed in
broken.
2024.
Yeah,
So
talking
all of
after
those
the
numbers
meeting.
are going into it.
So
So
we're
I'm
talking
going to
after the
announce-
meeting.
Who's
Is that
talking?
Ann? Did I hear Ann?
I don't know. I don't see
So
all the faces. Is that Barely Legal right there? Barely Legal, are we on
That
the
is
big
Barely
giant
Legal.
screen?
I think so.
Are we on the main stage? Are we on the sexy stage right now? I'm on
Oh, that's
stage.
fun. I got
I'm
one of my
on
nominees from
stage,
Barely
I'm
Legal
on
too.
stage.
Woohoo! All right, so Karen, if you can go to the next awards, I want to talk about the two that you guys are going to be voted for. First, I want to
Would you
thank.
please your thumb down?
Yes, I know. First, I want to thank everyone for sending
Hello.
in the Rising Star nominations and Venue of the Year nominations. Those have gone to the voters, and they will be taking your feedback into account when they make their decision. Now, the two that we need your votes on are the Manager of the Year award. This honor goes to the leader who architects that adventure that Wolf was just speaking of. They inspire cast, operations are outrageous, and they elevate every moment to ensure the guest experience is not just memorable, but magnetic as Wolf, and of course, as we know, our fearless leader. Their leadership delivers the best factor consistently. Cast Member of the Year. This award recognizes a cast member who delivers our mission at every turn, crafting an immersive adventure through masterful showmanship, outrageous service, and unforgettable energy. They are the face of the experience, the heartbeat on the floor or the office, and the living spark of the best factor. All right, and the nominees are for Cast Member of the Year. The nominees are Nicole in New Orleans, bartender. Nicole always greets guests with a smile, knows how to keep the energy, and makes amazing drinks. She's consistent, upbeat, and fun to be around.
And she's a good speaker too.
Awesome. Karen Anastas from the Go Best office, graphic designer. Karen's creativity and graphics tell our brand story. She elevates our look and feel every single day.
She's behind the screen right now,
She is.
making us look cool.
Nicholas from Lansing, Michigan. Nick is a team player who always shows up. You know what? Let me get out. Let me get over here. There we go. So that way people know, because they need the QR code. Come closer to me, Jason. I showered. There we go. All right. There's the QR code for you to vote now.
You take the front, baby.
All right, cool. Nick is a team player who always shows up, keeps the energy light, and helps everyone around him succeed. You guys, these are direct quotes. If I didn't mention that, these are direct quotes from those that have nominated you.
Go, Nick, go.
Richard or Avery in Las Vegas. Avery is literally good at everything. He can host, bartend, manage the stage, and still make people laugh while doing it.
I had to Google Richard when somebody was like, Richard. I'm like, who the hell is that? Because I only know him as
Yeah,
Avery.
so
I'm
me
like,
too. I was like, ooh.
who?
Arian. Arian is one of the most, Arian from Deja Vu Kalamazoo. Arian is one of the most composed and stylish people I know. She has great presence and always knows how to handle a situation.
Go, Arian, go.
Go, Arian. Carly. Carly is a rock star. We call her a superstar.
Yes.
She steps up constantly, sleeps from the floor, and takes care of her people. Slim in New
Tree
Orleans. Slim keeps the floor running smooth and fun. He helps whenever is needed and keeps the morale up. Good job, Slim.
Go Slim Shady. Go Slim Shady.
Noah Sweeney. Noah from New Orleans again. Noah
Sweeney.
always goes
Do
the
you have
extra
good
mile.
genes?
You know what?
What?
He's got great genes apparently and always goes the extra mile. You can count on him to be reliable, fast, and aware of everything going on. Dylan White from Las Vegas. Dylan pays attention. He jumps in without being
Nice job,
asked
Dylan.
and handles situations like a future manager. Good
He's
job.
become a
Dylan.
hell of a photographer too.
Nice. We
Yeah,
love those.
he knows how to work that iPhone.
And last but not least, from cast member of the year, Tyler, bookkeeper from New Orleans. Tyler is the new bookkeeper at both Larry Flint's Hustler Club New Orleans and Barely Legal.
He also helps at Cats.
And he helps the cast. Great job,
He's a
Tyler.
very busy dude,
I see.
and he does it perfectly.
And apparently consistent, as he's the most consistent person on the admin team. Always quiet, but always on it.
Good job,
Congratulations, our nominees. Please vote now.
Tyler. Yes.
Now.
Vote now.
Voting ends at midnight Pacific Standard Time. So vote now, but please vote by Pacific Standard Time. No votes will be counted after midnight Pacific Standard Time.
Yes. Only
All
vote
right.
once.
And
We-
yes, you can only vote once.
This is not American Idol.
No, you can only vote once. And you must be a part of the Go Best network of fun to vote. Don't be having your grandma and your mama and your sister friends. Don't just, okay. All right. And Jason, you don't get a vote. All right. And the nominees
I'll
are
never get to do nothing.
the nominees for Go Best Manager of the Year. Thank you. This is another one that I want to just add a little bit. Thank you all for voting for the Manager of the Year. However, for those of you that voted for GMs, that is not this category. So if you voted for a GM,
Or
thank you for
executives.
your vote. Or executives, if you voted for a GM or executive, thank you.
This
but
ain't
they
for
are
you,
that.
fuckers. You get
Yeah,
your own
no.
shit later.
It's a thankless job. Sorry. All right, here we go. All right, the Go Best Manager of the Year, Lenore Seals from Larry Flint's Hustler Club New Orleans. Lenore has created a team that is consistent, creative, and accountable. She manages one of the highest performing clubs in the company and does it with grace, transparency, and the highest level of professionalism. Great job, Lenore.
Well written, whoever said that story too.
Yes. Shannon Fox from Deja Vu Bakersfield. Shannon is a solution-oriented powerhouse. She makes every shift feel supported, motivated, and aligned with the club goals.
Go Foxy.
Good job.
lady. Go.
Good job, Cameron.
Oh, I guess it could
Shannon.
be like Shannon, the football player. That's
That's true.
Assuming you're anyway, Foxy. Go Foxy.
Shannon is Foxy, I'm sure. Cameron Alana. Cameron, I apologize. Your name is spelled incorrectly, but it's spelled correctly on my sheet, if that counts. Cameron holds
wow.
people accountable while leading with grace.
It's only because Tammy doesn't want to admit to him.
I know Tammy is like roll over.
She's
with
like
laughter right
changing
now.
his last name now to
Exactly. He never asks anyone to do something he wouldn't do himself and continues to show up for his team at all levels. Great job, Cameron.
And makes amazing mocktails.
And is a hell of a host on that stage, by the
Oh
way.
yes.
Daryl Johnson. Daryl is one of the most professional and consistent managers I have ever worked with. He earns respect through action, not just authority, and is the heartbeat of the Tampa location. Great job, Daryl.
And he's fresh to the team. So
Yeah.
welcome to the crew.
Welcome to
Daryl.
the crew, Daryl. Kyle Ritchie. Kyle creates an environment where people want to work. He knows how to motivate cast, connect with guests, and still deliver on business performance. Great job,
And
Kyle.
do you have the rest of the Richies in the family? Is Nicole coming by? Anybody else? Kyle, come on, hook us up, bro.
Yeah, see if she'll host this award show. That'd be fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Eric Johnson. Okay, I'm just gonna read
We're
right
on a
now.
white screen now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Woo! Ooh, it's a whole lot going on.
Ooh.
All right, Eric Johnson. Eric is always there when the team needs him. He has a positive attitude, takes control when needed, and doesn't buckle under pressure. I've had the privilege of meeting Eric, and he is kind of cool.
He is cool.
He's
Eric's
cool.
a good dude. We
He's a
like
good guy.
Eric.
Yeah, we do.
We're coming to Barely Legal, Eric. So hopefully you're ready for us.
That is true.
That's right.
Gabby or Gabrielle Thomas. Gabby is the reason I stayed. She makes people feel seen and supported, leads with strength and empathy, and always brings 100%. Whoever wrote that, we're also glad you stayed. So thank you, Gabby.
I just saw Gabby. Hi, Gabby. Great to see you just a little while ago. please go over to John and kick him in the ass for me.
Please. Yeah. And thank you for always doing the Superstar Award. So if you guys have
Yes.
gotten a Superstar Award, you got to thank Gabby.
Right, she does them all for us.
Yeah,
And
she
she does a great
does.
job with them. So thanks,
Agreed.
Gabby.
Juan Gutierrez. Juan is from the Love Boutique in Lansing, Michigan.
She's hilarious.
Juan is also always 5 steps ahead. He doesn't need a spotlight, but you can still vote for him. He may like that spotlight.
He's
He's-
sex toy Google.
He just shows up, gets it done, and makes the place better. I guess apparently with sex toys too.
He knows everything, man. He's got it down. If it exists in fetish sexuality or anything of the sort, Juan's got it.
I was not ready for that. And last but not least, Marcus Franklin. Marcus from Las Vegas Hustler. Marcus leads with intention. He's present, powerful, and genuinely committed to building a strong, successful team. Vegas is better because of him. All right.
His dad wrote that for him.
You're probably right. I think I missed it in there. Yeah.
Congratulations. Marcus.
Congratulations,
Yes,
everyone.
absolutely correct. You guys did great. Congratulations, all the nominees. You guys are an awesome group of people on both the cast member of the year and manager of the year. So you can see the QR code if I go the right direction.
Yep.
And you can go there and you can vote now. Vote once, vote before midnight.
Yes.
Once we hit midnight Pacific Standard Times, the voting will be closed. And then we will be picking the winner. And they will get to go down to New Orleans and hang out with all of us and celebrate their fantastic awards. So,
But like the Masked Singer, you cannot tell anybody where you're going or any of that until they announce the winner.
Oh.
It's only fair.
I thought like the top 2 got to come in those categories. But
Oh,
only
that's
one.
right.
Right.
Yes, the top 2. Either way, you get to eat great food, whether you win or
The
lose.
top 2 in both those categories get to come to New Orleans, but only one of you is going to go home with the award and the prestigious attention of all of us. The other one gets to wait on the courtyard. Yeah. Losers.
And you can only drink soda water.
Just kidding. Everybody parties together.
All right, but yes, please vote now. Once again, you have till midnight. No votes will be counted after midnight, and they must be a part of the Go Best network. So please, it doesn't matter if you're a manager, supervisor, have an email or what, a Go Best email or not. Please, please, please vote.
All right. Well, that does conclude, I believe, our meeting for today. So thank all of you for joining us from all over the place. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions that you would like to send, we will stay on for a few more minutes. If you don't have any questions or you just want to listen to questions, you can hang out. So you can send the questions in the chat. You can text the questions to Summer, or you can email the questions to Summer. Thank you, Wolf, for joining us today. It's always
for
a
having
pleasure
me.
to see
I
you.
love it.
Yeah, we haven't seen you in Vegas in forever because you had a baby or something.
Left us for a baby. Tammy
Okay.
says she loves you.
Oh,
Just
Thanks,
you,
Tammy.
apparently.
Oh,
yeah.
Tammy,
Chop liver as
Jason
usual.
said you
Make
could-
fun of her
you
son.
could
She doesn't want to talk
relocate
to
to
us.
OKC. Bring Cameron.
She said
Is it
okay.
okay?
Nice.
All right. Any questions? Come on, speak now or email us.
Right, we know the chat's working now. Tammy said something.
That's true. Great meeting, folks.
I
Oh, hey,
would
Lucy.
like public acknowledgement that I was spoke for 35 minutes.
You did a fantastic
did.
job. You only spoke for 35 minutes.
I was trying to do it for like 30. It's like, oh.
Really? We thought you were done. All Summer did. We actually knew better. Summer's still sometimes new. And she was like, look, he's almost done. He's on the last word of, I think it was rejection-free zone. And we're like,
Like-
no, there's no way he's done yet. No. We got at least another 40 minutes.
That
wrong.
is true.
That's just wrong.
Oh, they love the visuals.
Oh,
Yay,
thanks.
wonderful.
It's very spacey behind us. I feel like I'm flying.
If you missed any of this, we will be reposting this on YouTube. We heard that there was some glitching in the beginning, so we will make sure that that's corrected before we post.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll be turning this into a new hire video. So when you guys hire a new cast member, they can watch the video. And that's where all of these actual training videos live. They live on the Go Best YouTube channel.
That is correct.
So you can grab any of our previous meetings and you can utilize those as training material for your entire crew wherever you are in the world. So
And it's a good refresher,
It is a good.
you know, like
refresher.
to try to keep things focused, like Demas. Demas out there and yeah. You should probably watch this over and over again.
And they call me the mean one.
that's a friendly shout out. All right. Well,
right.
there are no questions coming in. So thank you all once again. And we will see you live from New Orleans in a
Yes.
couple of weeks.
Don't
Thanks for
forget
your
to vote.
time. Don't forget.